thanks for coming again, Warwick. I've got a few more questions. So we've had a look at your goals and what you want to achieve out of your exercise program. Now I just got a couple of questions about nutrition and your general health. So this is a little bit about your health history. So have you had a general medical checkup in the last 6 months?
Yes, I have. Yep.
You have? Yep. It's just with your GP. Have you ever been told by your doctor or any other health professional to avoid any type of exercise or any strenuous activity?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Do you have a family history of heart disease?
No.
Do you drink alcohol?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's the odd one.
Yep. So if so, how many standard drinks per week would you say?
No. Sometimes I have none. Just on the odd occasion when we're social.
So more of a social event, like
yeah.
if you had an event on or something like that. Yeah. Are you a current smoker?
No.
If thinking about your weight history for the last 12 months, what best describe your weight history? Would you say it's stable, fluctuating, increasing, or decreasing over the last 12 months?
Probably. It's pretty stable, but if anything, it's probably increased a little bit. And
do you have any current injuries at all?
No.
Do you drink tea or coffee regularly?
Yes. I'd have a couple of coffees a day.
So
cup of tea at night.
Okay, so 1 to 2 coffees.
Yeah, per day.
And tea after dinner?
Yeah.
And how much water would you say that you drink each day?
Not enough water each day. So probably only half a litre on average.
Would you generally drink that in one go or space it out across the day?
In one go.
Okay. So now I just want to have a little bit of a chat about nutrition and thinking about your daily habits. So thinking about a typical day for you, so you work 5 days a week and a typical work day for you, what would you say would be your eating pattern? So what type of things are you eating on a daily basis? Maybe start with breakfast.
Breakfast would be sometimes a smoothie, sometimes a couple of bits of toast. So maybe probably more often a couple of bits of toast.
Yep. And
morning tea, I'll have a bit of fruit. Depending on, might have some dry biscuits or a muesli bar.
Okay.
Be a coffee in the morning.
Yep.
On my way to work.
Yep.
And sometimes one mid-morning.
Okay. And your lunch?
Lunch, I have a sandwich every day.
Do you make those at home or do you buy them from the shop? Or?
Homemade.
Okay, so just one sandwich or 2 sandwiches?
Mostly just one.
Yeah, and what type of sandwich?
Sometimes I'll have some meat in it or some chicken or some eggs, so a bit of protein. It's always got either ham or salad or egg and salad or...
Okay, and would you have anything else for lunch apart from a sandwich?
I'll have a bit of fruit sometimes. Generally just a drink of, water.
And then afternoon, would you snack in the afternoon before dinner? Or?
Yeah, so I'd have a bit more fruit in the afternoon, or a muesli bar, or sometimes I have an up and go in the afternoon. And that's pretty much it.
Yep. And then for dinner, what would a usual dinner for you be?
We sort of be a stir fry or salmon and veggies, or we eat really quite healthy dinners at home.
Okay, and then do you have dessert or any snacks after dinner?
I might have a bit of yogurt and frozen berries or a bit of fruit.
You've mentioned you have a couple of coffees, you have a cup of tea. What's your water intake like during the day?
Not as much as I should have. I probably drink half a litre, I suppose. through and mostly in the one sitting.
Okay,
Bit
when
during the
when
day.
would you generally have
I'd
that?
probably have a little bit during the day, maybe at lunchtime or when I get a chance. Then when I get home, I usually have some water and often with cordial though. Does that count?
So you drink cordial as well? Yep. And any other soft drinks, or is it mainly water?
The odd Coke zero sugar. I have a few of those a week probably.
Okay. Would you have any treats or any of those kind of just more discretionary choices, things that...
Sometimes. It depends what I'm doing during the day, but
Yeah.
sometimes I might have a bit of chocolate or some biscuits. Not consistently, but the odd occasion.
Yep. And in general, you would make the rest of your own meals as opposed to buying
Yes.
takeaway?
Yep.
Yeah. How often do you think you would have takeaway?
Oh, in regards to takeaway, do you mean like a salad roll from the shop? Or you're talking like McDonald's and...
Yeah, so anything that's not prepared by yourself.
Probably once a week.
Yeah, okay.
Once or twice a week.
Yep.
For the meal.
Okay, great. When we met last time, we discussed some of your goals and some of the things you wanted to work on, and we decided that you wanted to really focus on your routine, having that weekly exercise plan, and with the main goal being a routine, exercise and weight loss, feeling good and your general well-being. So we're going to target your exercise during our weekly personal training sessions, and it's going to be really important that you're physically active to help maintain your muscle strength and your healthy weight. Especially your work is mainly sedentary, so you'd agree that at work you're not doing overly very much physical activity, so it's going to be important that you attend your sessions. However, to achieve and maintain a healthy weight, we're going to need to look at making sure that you choose amounts of nutritious foods and drinks that meet your particular energy needs. So to help guide us with our nutrition decisions, we can follow the Australian dietary guidelines, which I'll give you some information at the end of this session that you can go and find this information yourself. But I've used those documents and those resources to have a look at your daily eating habits and then suggest some areas that you might like to make some changes in order to achieve your goal of general well-being and weight loss. So let's have a look at your servings that we talked about in our previous meeting. So I've got this copy of this Australian Guide to Healthy Eating here as well, which is just basically a summary of the 5 different food groups, the types of food that you'll find from each of those groups within there. And then this is also a basic idea of the proportions of these 5 food groups that you should be eating. So when you've told me your daily eating habits, we've put that into the table. So I've gone and used the nutrition calculators on the website to pop in your weight, your sex, things like that, that have determined your recommended serving type. So we'll just have a quick look at your actual servings that you've been having on a daily basis as opposed to the recommended ones. So at the moment, on a daily basis, this is approximate, you are consuming around about 3 to 4 possibly servings of vegetables, and which is legumes and beans as well. The recommended daily intake for a male your age is 6 servings. So I would suggest looking at what the vegetables and legumes and beans food group offers, and perhaps trying to include a few of those, more of those in your diet currently. You consume quite a bit of fruit, so you're eating fruit on a daily basis, which is great. But at the moment, you're looking at about 3 to 4 daily serves. The recommended daily serves of fruit for someone your age and your sex is 2 servings. So again, an area you can probably look at. If you look on the Australian Guide to Healthy Eating here, and you can take this with you when we're finished. This is only quite a small section. So we've got vegetables and the legumes and beans and the grains make up more than 50%. And then fruit is this little section here. So you really only require about 2 servings of fruit each day. So that might be something you want to look at as well. Be substituting some vegetables instead of fruit for a snack, for example. With the lean meat and poultry, you currently are having 2 to 3 serves. Recommended for you is 2 serves. So you're pretty much on track there with consuming your meat and poultry. Just want to make sure that when you are making those choices as well, that you are looking at your proportions and the sizes recommended. So again, you can find that information in these resources and on the website, just to make sure that you're getting the amount that's required as well, because sometimes we can consume too much of a particular food as well, and that's not beneficial, especially if we're trying to lose weight. With the milk, yogurt, cheese and other alternatives, you're currently looking at 2.5 serves is the recommended, whereas you're actually consuming about 4 servings a day. And when I've looked at your diet that we discussed, probably a couple of those serves are actually your coffees in there. So whilst it's fine to drink coffee, you might want to look at substituting some water in as well as your daily intake of coffee, because as you mentioned, your water intake needs to so we can look at increasing the amount of water that you drink each day as well. Recommended for someone, again, your sex and your age, is actually about 10 glasses of water a day. So for you, it would be good to focus on drinking water and not just in one hit, like you've said. So it's trying to space those glasses of water out each day. And then with your discretionary choices, so those things on this guide here that don't fit into the food groups in particular, so things like chips, biscuits, which we've mentioned, Powerade, alcoholic drinks. You do occasionally drink alcohol, so it's worth mentioning that when you are going to drink alcohol, just look at limiting your intake, and you attend your social occasions, but don't take it overboard, because again, they are discretionary choices and are meant to be enjoyed. I would recommend looking at substituting in some water for your coffees. I'd look at the serving, the number of servings of your vegetables and your fruit in particular. Your grains, pretty spot on. You're pretty good with the number of servings per day. So again, make sure you always try to choose whole grain. Okay, so your wholemeal, your grain breads as opposed to white breads. And look at your milk, yogurt and cheese. Again, you can look at the different types of food in this and get some ideas for that. Have you got any questions about some of these changes?
No, not really. Not really.
Does it sound like
doable?
Yeah, does it sound like you could have a look at those areas?
Yeah.
Make
the
some
fruit
small
one
changes?
was a bit of a surprise. I didn't think. I thought you'd be wanting to have more than 2 pieces of fruit. That's probably a bit of a misconception that a lot of people would have.
Well, fruit is definitely a healthy choice and a healthy snack. What we're trying to achieve with the guidelines is variation. So making sure that we include a variety of foods from all the different food groups. So even the fruit is healthy. You can have too much of something. We want to space it out and have a variety of everything. It's something that you can just have a look at. So I'll give you that to take. And if you check out the Australian Guide to Healthy Eating on the website, which is www.eathealth.gov.au, that has really good recipe ideas as well. Any other resources to do with this healthy eating guide. So I'd suggest that you check it out.
Check that out, okay.
Okay.